Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the PlayHeadCast. I'm here with Cody,
Yo, what's up, guys?
and my name is Brandon, and we're going to talk about bites in just a minute. But before that, Cody wants to talk about his car accident that he got into.
Yeah, so I'm sure some of you little Facebook warriors noticed the little post I put up there, and if you didn't and you don't know who I am, let me tell you something right now. If you hit somebody with your fucking car, I don't care if you're going 5 miles an hour, I don't care if you're going 45. It is complete unethical bullshit to not stop. It's so fucked up, and I promise you, I've been a firefighter for 6 years. 90% of the time you'll get caught. It's so fucking stupid. So if you hit somebody, pull over, make sure they're okay. I don't care if you don't have insurance. It's going to be way worse if they have to do an investigation. Carrying on. Yes, I was in a hit and run accident on an intersection. I was smacked. Somebody smacked in the back of my Honda and then pushed me into another car. And then, I was so discombobulated, I didn't even realize that the car that I was pushed into wasn't the car that actually hit me. Pulled off to the side of the road, find out that, this chick took off. It was a chick. And long story short, she walked up to the scene acting like she had been also hit, and then we kind of put two and two together, and by the time we figured out it was her who hit us, she had fled the scene. Long story short, kids, sometimes you can do everything right and still get hit, so make sure you get a lawyer, like I did. And also, wear your seatbelt. And, enjoy every minute you have on this earth, because literally, I truly believe if that had hit me any other way, any other side of the car, front of the car, or even if there wasn't a car in front of me, I would have definitely been dead. So, you can't control that stuff, but what you can control is being happy while you're here. So I want to bring up a product for you today. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, hit and runs hit a special spot for me. They absolutely piss me off. Like they make me furious. So
It's truly a reflection of. I mean, look, I'm not saying everybody's perfect. I'm not saying there's not redemption, but clearly it's a sign of a true sign of your character.
yeah, you're just a shitty person if you flee the scene. Like I don't feel
Yeah,
like that's a controversial take.
yeah. I mean, like I'd love to give everybody benefit of the doubt, but if you hurt somebody and you just walk away, seriously, I mean, come on, guys. These are metal objects with tons of weight behind them, flying around at 60, 70, sometimes 80 miles an hour. You're gonna, if you hit somebody, more than likely they're hurt. Or it's highly likely that they're hurt, and you need to make sure that they're capable of getting the help they need. And also take responsibility for your actions. Okay, nobody's perfect. We make mistakes. That's why they're called accidents. But you're a fucking piece of shit. It's not an accident when you walk away. When you walk away, you've literally given yourself the label of a douchebag,
Yeah.
total asshole. Fucking, you're gonna come back, and your second life is a fucking jock strap for a fucking sumo wrestler who eats a lot of beans and fiber. Yeah, the chick looked like Daria.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, that was that. So if anybody was wondering if I'm okay, I am okay. My neck's kind of kinked out a little bit. I'm getting that all checked out tomorrow. My back hurts, but for now I'm alive. Full now. But Brandon recommended this dope album. It was Bites by Skinny Puppies. Am I correct? Yeah. We'll check
Skinny puppy.
these Skinny Puppy, not puppies. And let me tell you, Brandon, like it was a little concerned. I'm not gonna lie, but I love 80 synth and I love 80 synth drums and drum machines, so I actually did like this album a lot.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you liked it. I think I mentioned this last time. The first time I heard it, I didn't like it, and then I listened to it again, and I really liked it.
See, I started skipping songs at first because I was just like in the hospital, kind of in a hurry. But then I kind of, I think somebody was talking to me or whatever, and I started zoning out again, like I mentioned with the last album. It's pretty cool. It's long. That's a long album, man.
Yeah, it's on the longer side compared to I guess like a Rob Zombie album or something, which barely scratches
Yeah.
30 minutes. But
I mean, to see two songs break the 5 minute mark, I was like, that's pretty cool. You get more bang for your buck.
like the first song is what, like 7 minutes almost.
Yeah, no, nine actually. No, it's seven.
Yeah, so
There's a song towards the end at nine. I
Yeah.
believe it's the Centre Bullet.
Yeah. Santa bullet.
Centre Bullet. Yeah. See, I'm actually learning Spanish right now, so as you can see, I don't know how to speak English or Spanish.
Classic Cody.
Classic. Could I throw out my favorite song, hands down?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, The Choke, dude. The Choke was sick.
Okay. I'm a
Yeah.
little torn between Assimilate and Deadlines for my favorite. I just really like those two songs.
I
Um,
mean, knowing you, that I get that, 100%.
knowing
And
me.
that's not meant to be taken as an insult. Like, I know your style, your genre, the things that get your little pee-pee hard, and I know this album is full of songs that give Brandon, if not a chub, definitely an erection.
Okay, then.
It gave me anal stimulation, but that did not come.
Oh, God, that's going to be something like a future president's going to have to say. It gave
Hopefully
me
not
anal
me.
stimulation, but I did not come.
Did you indeed say in a podcast? um, how have you been, Brad guy?
Uh, I don't know. I guess I've been okay. Nothing really like new to report so much. Yeah, I mean,
Guys,
it's kind of boring compared to you, but
I'm not gonna lie, man. It's a hard thing it's a hard one to compete with. It's been eventful, and it's finals for all you college students out there.
oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, Brandon, my poor girlfriend. She writes this eloquent, like professional email to all my professors with pictures of the accident, and she gets this picture of me in the hospital bed with a white sheet over me, laying down. Brandon, I look fucking dead. My
Jesus.
professors are blowing. Oh my God, they're blowing up my phone like, oh, my condolences. I hope he makes a speedy recovery. And I like call all of them the next day. I'm like, hey, I was just getting my back checked out. My girlfriend made that look way more dramatic than it needed to look. But I mean, I'm not saying it didn't hurt. What I'm saying is it was funny. I can imagine what people were thinking when they saw the picture of me looking at my deathbed wearing a fucking mask in a hospital. But mother heckin' guys, I did not think of an album, Brandon, to recommend to you or the listeners. So I'm gonna shoot this one from the hip before we continue.
Okay. Yeah,
I
go
would
ahead
like
and give us what you got.
so as a matter of fact, I was gonna recommend a book. No, I'm not. Nobody will ever do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a really cool album. I think it's on most streaming platforms, probably all of them. I brought his name up a few times. A big inspiration of my music. Definitely what got me more solidified in my interest in electric dance music. It's an album by an artist called Flume, and the album's name is Hi, This Is Flume Mixtape. Uh,
Okay.
the the album is meant to be listened to chronologically. Just to go ahead and give it a listen. Like I said, chronologically, preferably. It's not going to sound as cool if you don't. And then just, tell me what you think. I think it's super badass. It's definitely not, there's not a lot of lyrics, so it's something you can definitely vibe out to. A couple of hip hop parts, but anyways, check it out. It's truly one of my favorite albums of all time. I actually have it on my wall. And then I'll catch everybody and you next week on that to talk about that.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of this, so I'm completely going in dark.
I actually think you might enjoy it. He's a Australian surfer, really neat, unique individual, super chill guy, and I think that really, yeah, reflects in his music. Um, Guys and Brandon, balloon tower defense has been my addiction. I cannot put it down, bro.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends who kind of make fun of me for playing it or whatever because it's like, it's.
No, right?
But,
You're telling me.
but it is so fun. It is like wildly addicting.
It's a control thing. It totally is. It's being in control of something that you know you can moderately handle. That's intense. I don't know. I feel like that's what it is. But it's funny because, I always make this joke. I was like, girls have a tendency, and that's a assumption, I guess, but girls have a tendency to like to be in control of things like gardens or children or my happiness. Um, but so I got Emily to play one game, dude. I didn't see my tablet for 4 hours, and she lives in a house with a bunch of young, sorority college girls. I come back the next day, they're all playing it, like co-op and everything.
Nice.
So to anybody who says, "Oh, you're lame for playing it," I can name 5 very attractive girls right now that play that game in Florida who will beg to differ. You can take that to the bank, buddy.
Yeah, Bloons. I've been playing since it was like a flash game series, free online.
What on like new or on Newgrounds or some shit or miniclips.com.
Yeah, I don't remember where I think I played it on their website, the Ninja Kiwi.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they had like their own little company.
Yeah.
I mean, our games are kind of coming back, like our style of games. I noticed old school RuneScape, if you play it, whatever, is actually coming back with like new kids.
Yeah, I did notice that. I never played it myself, but
It's eh.
it's eh.
It's eh. I mean, does it dry up vaginas? Definitely. Is it a good way to pass time when you don't want to do drugs and terrible stuff and just try to have like stay inside sometimes? Sure. My mom was kind of cool with me playing it just because I didn't go out and get in trouble. So
I guess I can understand that. It's a better alternative than
yeah, it's like where we grew up.
like
God,
doing
dude.
shit. I don't know if you
can't
know this, but meth is kind of big out here now.
again.
Again, see, I didn't know that. I'm not tapped
Well,
into that side of the community all that much.
oh, I
but
am.
when
Let me tell
I
you.
when I
Go
was
ahead.
dating my last girlfriend, man, did I meet a lot of meth people.
God, I don't think fucking like dude. You know what's crazy? I've seen more people get shot over marijuana than meth and heroin combined. Like ever in my life, even in like a emergency responder position, even in Palmdale.
Damn.
But yeah, I'm not surprised meth is coming back because coke is coming back, and usually when coke comes back, meth comes back. Here's some social science for you people. Uh, if you haven't done cocaine, which you never should, you shouldn't rely on drugs. Yeah, I mean whatever. I'm not one to say that. Look, do whatever you want, your body. But cocaine is definitely a gateway to meth, and meth is just shitty, and you shouldn't do it. Or heroin. Those,
Yeah,
if you do
I
those two, I'm sorry, I really don't have a lot of respect for you. I know you struggle with addiction, and I wish you a recovery, but if you haven't done it, you should have some common sense and stay the fuck away from those two drugs specifically.
I met a guy who did heroin, and Jesus Christ, like it was not that I ever would consider doing heroin because, I mean, for one thing, I have a phobia of needles. But Jesus Christ, this guy was like so like you would use him in a PSA to scare people not to do heroin.
Well, here's what I don't understand. I actually have been approached by kids like, yeah, I've seen friends do it. I was gonna try it, and I'm like, look, dude, it's a guaranteed addiction. Once you do it, you're fucked. You'll never be the same. The first time you do it, your brain chemistry changes forever. You're
Yeah,
fucked.
I
You'll
can't
never,
imagine doing that.
yeah, you will never be the same again. I promise you. I've seen it firsthand. After the first time, you will never, ever, ever be a non-addicted person. You're gonna have to seek treatment your whole life. You're gonna have to be on top of it. It's gonna be like, and the fact of the matter is, if you've even gotten to the point where you're doing heroin, you're more than likely, not clearly, but you're more than likely experimenting with more drugs than just heroin. So, but in Palmdale, you can't throw a fucking stick anywhere without hitting a heroin needle or a crackhead. I mean, if we're being completely honest. I mean, where I grew up, anyways, up the street from you, I grew up in a little ghetto trailer park, so.
Hmm.
But it was my ghetto trailer park.
Yeah, a lot of the people that I'm referencing weren't necessarily in Palmdale; they were in Rosamond.
Oh yeah, Roseman's like, dude, that's where they go scurry.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
then also, I've met a lot of weird people when I worked at Subway because it was a 24-hour Subway with a drive-through,
okay.
and a lot of fucking weirdos would come in, and there was this one couple. meth signs all over their face, you know, like you can just tell by looking at them with the
Yeah,
teeth and everything. And they went into the drive-through and they were just like tackling the fucking dumpster for like an hour.
it's crazy, dude. Um, you actually reminded me because I just like. Do you remember Third Eye Blind?
I know who they are.
Yeah, the band. They had that song called "Semi Charm Life." It's like do 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 do
Oh
do
yeah,
do
yeah.
do. The whole they I guess they like, interview the singer. I fucking forget his name, and they're like, yeah, like that was like a summer bop. Like, were you really proud of it? He's like, no. He's like, the song's about doing meth and getting blowjobs. He's like, it's like a sad song. He's like, it was actually my spin off of uh, was it Walk on the Wild Side or Take a Walk on the Wild Side? I forgot. Do 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 do. I forgot who wrote that song, but older gentleman.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, no, everybody, you're gonna wait because I need to know what that song is. Walk on the Wild Side. Here we go. Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed. There we go.
Oh,
So the
okay.
singer for Third Eye Blind said that was his West Coast version of that. And what's funny is he was explaining, when you're on meth, it feels like you're in a fucking video game or something. Like nothing feels sad. You're just like, you're just going. You could be doing crazy, cracked out things, and in your head, it's just everything's hunky dory. So, yeah, man, meth, it'll kill you, kids. Don't do it. Trust me. I've had people in my family. I'm sure Brandon's seen it personally. We've all known a meth head. PSA: don't do meth or heroin. All right, I think we got it in their heads. What do you think, Brandon?
Yeah. I don't know if you're the kind of person that's going to do heroin, I don't know that we're going to be the ones to stop you, unfortunately.
Fuck, dude, I know. I'm not gonna lie. There's
It's
a lot of
like
drugs
the fucking
that
guy that I met who did heroin, he was afraid of needles and he couldn't inject himself. He had to get other people to do it for him.
Hmm. Well, would you be comfortable discussing drugs that you've experimented with?
I haven't really done any drugs.
Have you smoked pot?
Like very, very briefly because the smell gives me a headache.
No, it's just that, dude. I think I'm not gonna look, dude. I'm particularly me. It makes me anxious. I like it sometimes, but I'm pretty convinced that edibles of high caliber can definitely give you schizophrenia, or at least a schizophrenic episode. Because,
Hmm.
dude, when I intake a lot of THC, which I'm highly I have no tolerance for it, so I get it affects me a lot. I get really, really unstable really fast, like mentally. I mean, I cannot handle conversations. Like I need to go lay somewhere and just try to quiet my head. It feels
Hmm.
like there's hornets in my brain. Like, dude, as common as of a as recreational as it is, I am very cautious and anybody, dude, I will never bat it. I'll never down anybody who's like, look, I don't want to smoke it. Like I just get anxious, because
Yeah.
I personally have been there, man. But I guess I'm not gonna go into everything I did. Maybe that's not the most professional thing to do. But let's just say, I am a firm believer in, the therapeutic uses of certain drugs, especially in a professional environment, because they use MDMA, they use acid or LSD, they use ketamine, they use these drugs to, in therapy for people with extreme PTSD, and they have really permanent and long-lasting results.
Hmm.
But I don't know, man. It's just I think it's the person, really, huh? It's not even the drugs; it's the person. Like I know
Yeah.
people who can drink a beer and never drink a beer again. Like me, I vape and smoke. I'm not gonna lie. I'm totally hooked on nicotine. But other than that, I don't need to drink every day. I don't need to do anything every day.
Yeah. I have kind of a high tolerance to just things in general, so I can drink a lot and not get sick.
I can see
Um,
that.
I the times I've smoked, I didn't really feel high or anything. It kind of just felt the same. So I think I would have to smoke or eat high concentration edibles or something to really feel anything from that. But like I said, the smell makes me fucking have a headache. So
Nauseous. I'm not gonna lie, man. I didn't like the smell for the longest time, especially when it's in your mouth and in your nasal cavity. It's like it really sits.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I get that, and I believe it killed somebody famous. or like somebody had an allergic reaction to it or something. I don't know. I think somebody said Bruce Lee.
That's possible. I
I know he
mean,
had an allergic reaction to something, and his head swelled up.
yeah, I'd have to double check the details on that before I committed to anything, but
And then his son was
um,
killed by the CIA.
no.
I
He's killed
tried
by
to slide that one in there.
a bad gun wrangler.
Yeah, fucking. I just don't get how it happens. Like, what?
There was like wadded up shit in the barrel, so when it fired the blank, it basically fired it as if it was a bullet and killed him.
Oh, so it wasn't a bullet in the gun, it was something
No.
in the barrel that was projected by the explosion.
Yes.
Literally, if anything was in that barrel, it would come flying out fast enough to seriously harm anybody at the very least, depending on what
Yeah.
caliber bullet it was.
And God, that fucked up that poor actor, the one who was holding the gun. That fucked him up for a long time.
I mean, yeah,
It's not
man.
his fault, but still, I could see how that would just like
Yeah,
fuck
dude, you
you
still
up.
have to look somebody in the eyes off a fucking mistake. Like, God, man, nobody wants to see anybody die. It's fucking, I don't even want to die. We're all gonna die, but I don't want to die. So, I know I said I wouldn't bring it up, but Brandon, do you keep up with, like, mainstream news at all? Even a little bit?
Uh, like a little bit.
So, the Pentagon officially stated that they're gonna have a full report, public report, about everything they know about UFOs. Now, that's here nor there if it's actually the full report, but it does seem like our society is coming to a point where maybe possibly there could be a reality where we're told as the general population that, hey, we had some information about something outside of our planet for some time now. It kind of had a spoon feed it or whatever. We wanted to get more information on it before, but now we're prepared to. We think the public can handle like hard evidence that we are not the only beings in this galaxy, or the universe in general.
Hmm.
How excited everybody's getting besides me, I don't know. But I'm just telling you, it went from you're a quack to the New York Post releasing Navy fighter pilot footage with accounts from the actual crew on Dateline and all that. And now we're getting to the point where the Pentagon's starting to release all these crazy videos and all this information, and eventually a full public report. What does that mean for our world, knowing that we are definitely not alone? I'd like to believe nobody would freak out, but that's wishful thinking and people are stupid. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the nature of whatever the information is. If
I
it's
get
just that something was sighted, that was not terrestrial in nature, then I don't know what that would mean because,
well, what
a
we have.
sighting.
This is the official narrative as it comes from, like, the official statement. We don't know if it's aircraft, like another country had a huge technological jump that we're just unaware of, or it could either be that or it's not from this world. But in official reports so far on things found, wreckage found, footage found, these are also official statements that the craft had to have been designed by materials that were not from this world. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's made from a intelligent force outside of this, planet. It could mean that an intelligent force here, like a human person, somehow got the materials or the technology. But it is clear that whatever it is they're seeing doesn't have any signs of propulsion. It can move on a dime. It can jam radar. It basically appear and disappear at a moment's notice. What that means, I don't know, but it's pretty fucking exciting. I think there's a lot of. I would. Let's just look at it this way. Anybody who's like, oh, what if they're coming to take us over? Anything that had the amount of abundance and resource to leave its own planet and explore the universe probably is a peaceful people, because they would have to be to make it that far. So I highly doubt they need to kill us or take us away for any reason. I'd say it's more than likely we're like ants to them, like almost, you know what I mean? How we would look at an ant, like we're just so far behind, possibly, that they're just kind
Hmm.
of like, we're still primitive to them. So Maybe we're just one of many planets that they fly by and they see life on, and we're just still in our primitive stages. Maybe that's true, and they're ready to inaugurate us into this universe. I'm jumping ahead of myself here, but this is just stuff that's been on my mind. Sorry, guys, I got in an accident. I got to preoccupy my mind when I'm stressed out.
Oh, that's fair. I don't know. I'd have to
Look into it more.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have to have access to whatever you're talking about.
But you heard it here first, people. You heard it here first. Aliens are real. Whoever said they got the story first, they can suck my vaporizer, pineapple-ized vaporizer, because it's real. Um, got a really cool snag at the video game store.
Okay.
So I went to go buy some GameCube controllers, whatever. And they're like, oh, if you do a Google review, we'll give you a free lanyard. So I'm like, cool. And there's this Quantum Cola, or Quantum Nuka Cola,
Okay.
fan made, like, it looks like Dirty and Dusty sitting on top of the shelf. I'm like, yo, that is so cool. And he's like, yeah, some fan made it a year ago. He's like, you want that instead of the keychain? Boom, dude. Buy this thing, put a little blue light under it, like put a little battery in there, and now it freaking glows blue. Oh,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, feels good being 15 again. 16, 17, 16.
If
can't remember.
if I had like a lot of money that I didn't care about, I probably would get stuff like that, like to decorate my room with. But my house is fucking like bereft of
Is it
anything
barren?
like that. And my walls are all completely blank. I have like a paper that I nailed up there for like keeping track of some kind of information, but um
That is fucking sick.
but yeah, I got nothing else in here.
I wouldn't even put the paper up, but that's actually sick as fuck, dude. That's truly making lemonade out of lemons. You're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna have some sort of organization here.
Well, I like lists and I like to be organized in that sense. So
I need lists, man. That's why I'm not doing good with my personal life right now, because I get disorganized and you know me, bitch. You know me.
yeah, I know you.
I ain't that smart. I mean, I'm smart. I'm just, little all over the place sometimes.
You ever been on Etsy?
Dude, I love Etsy, man. That's so sick. Like
There
the
is
cool
so
stuff.
much shit I want to buy that's completely worthless, but like it's
But it means
cool.
something to you. Like, I got this really cool, there's this band I like, Violent Soho. They're like an Australian fucking punk band. And they have these cool little glass panes where like they'll put like the album art on there, and then like the little play and like playhead and pause, fast forward, rewind thing, and it looks like it's on your phone as if you're playing it on your phone, but it's a little see-through glass pane. And I just have it sitting there right next to my music stuff. It's just a nice little touch.
Mm.
It's like I like little pieces of myself and things I like around my room.
Yeah, I would love to pick up some jewelry that's modeled after stuff from like Warhammer 40K.
That's pretty cool.
Because I have two rings that are modeled after rings from Dark Souls.
That's fucking super cool.
Yeah, one has the wolf symbol of Artorias on it, and then the other one has a like a lion, like a classical like knight-styled lion drawing.
Like a lion.
Like a lion.
Like a lion. Dude, were we in contact with each other? Were we communicating when I was playing Dark Souls 3?
No, I don't think we were.
Brandon, fuck that game.
Oh, come on, that's the easiest one.
I know! Literally, fuck that game. It was the easiest one, because I went back to play 2, and I quit. And then I went to play Bloodborne, and I definitely quit. After I had to fight... I quit Bloodborne when I fought the other hunter. The other dude.
What, Gascoigne?
I don't know, does he turn into a werewolf, or does he turn into a vampire? It's like a boss.
Yeah, I'm
Anyways,
pretty sure it was Gascoigne.
Couldn't beat him. Dark Souls 3, I found the Lost King, or like the fucking dude up in the clouds or whatever, where you have to like...
The Nameless King?
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you for even getting that far, because that's definitely like the hardest boss in that game.
Well, because I was playing with my friend Desmond. I used to play at work. Like, I was a 911 call operator. And so whenever like the leadership was out, I'd like pull it out my little game case and play it. I'm a piece of shit. But anyways, um, this kid Desmond like loved the game, so he'd watch me play, and he's like, "Dude, you got to go fight the Nameless King." And I'm like, "What? What's that?" He's like, "Go over here and like I beat this boss." He's like, "All right, you beat him." He's like, "Now go fucking pray and get in your like meditation pose." Boom, go and do it. Fucking see the boss. I can't beat this motherfucker, Brandon. And I'm like, you know what, man? You could just do it. This is after 4 days of trying. I
Oof.
even was considering going back and recreating a character to beat him. This kid picks up the controller, beats him first time.
Yeah.
And he was like, once you've done it, you know how. And I'm like, fuck. I get what he's saying, but fuck you.
Yeah, Bloodborne's my favorite out of all of those games.
Oh, dude, the lore and everything is way better.
It's like haunting and beautiful and weird.
The
It's just
weapons are
great.
really cool too.
Oh
Like
yeah, the trick weapons are
very,
amazing.
they're very unique to the game.
Yeah, you can't really there isn't another game that's really like Bloodborne. Like even Dark
Yeah,
Souls isn't like Bloodborne.
I think it's safe to say Bloodborne's probably the best of the. I mean, are they in the same universe?
No.
Okay, well then it's not. I wouldn't say the best, but from that company and their games they make, that's my favorite one for sure. I like
Yeah.
the theme. I actually was scared, you know, when I was playing it. I mean, not so scared where I don't want to play anymore, but I like that you go into shit nervous.
Yeah, it's kind of a more action heavy kind of a horror game.
Yeah, and it's definitely humbling.
Yes. If you get far enough to fight the Orphan of Kos, you'll get your fucking teeth kicked in and you'll think twice about how tough you are.
You better think twice about what you think a tutorial really means, boy. You have a PlayStation 4?
I do.
Do you ever play Ghost of Tsushima or Tsushima? Am I saying it right?
Pretty sure it's Tsushima.
Tsushima. Sorry, I'm uncultured. Well,
That's
have you played
okay.
it?
No, I haven't.
Brandon, it's freaking sick.
Okay.
Yeah, if you ever get your hands on that game, or like a copy of it or whatever, truly one of the best PlayStation games I've ever played. And I don't own it yet. I'm gonna get a PlayStation just to play it though. That
Oh,
and the new Spider-Man, obviously.
okay. Oh yeah, because you love Spider-Man.
Oh my god, dude. The fact they made that a PlayStation exclusive, they can suck my balls. I'm not happy about that. I love Spider-Man, and that is a really good Spider-Man game. Not as good as Spider-Man, excuse me, 2, but it's still pretty high up there, dog. But also, I might get a puppy.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a little Shiba Inu.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, man. I mean, really, right? They're meme dogs. I just need that in my life.
Yeah, our friend Dylan's getting a dog this Friday.
Yeti?
Yeah.
What? I haven't talked to Yeti in years.
Hey, you should come hang out with us. And Noah too.
Like personally in person?
No, not in person. I mean, like in
Uh,
Discord or something.
yeah, dude, I'm super down. Especially if I'm just doing homework. And Noah just messaged me and made sure I was all right. And I was like, oh my god, I haven't talked to you in forever, man. He's like an adult now.
Yeah, he's our little brother has grown up.
He really has. Did he cut his hair? Or is it short?
I don't know if he's short haired right now. I don't know what he looks like right now.
Yeah, he's. If you guys are trying to imagine who we're talking about, just carrot top, but skinny.
No,
No,
he
no,
doesn't
no,
look
no,
like
no.
Carrot Top.
What's that Sean? What's that kid? Sean White. Sean White. Yeah, he looks like Sean White. Long, gorgeous, luscious, red locks, pale eyes, tall as shit. He is tall, right?
He's taller than I thought he was. When I met him in person, he was taller than I expected.
I imagine Noah to be like my, close to my height at least. He looked tall.
I don't know if
That's
he's
crazy.
as tall as you. I haven't stood next to you in a long time.
How old was he when you guys met? Like 18?
Well, let's see. We met in 2017, and I don't really know how old he is now, so.
I mean, when you guys met in person, I guess is what I'm saying. So, in 2017, yeah, he would have been at least like 18 or maybe like 17. That's
I
crazy,
know he
dude.
was under 21 because he couldn't buy his own cigarettes because they changed the age.
Oh, for what?
I don't know, but you have to be 21 now to buy
I know.
cigarettes. Which
Here
is
too. It's a stupid fucking law. This country would do anything but fix the actual problem.
it's yeah, it's funny that you're old enough at that point to murder people in the name of your country, but not old enough to smoke.
Yeah, not able to smoke. I get the intention, but you making it hard a longer age isn't gonna stop people from smoking. Kids can get their hands on cigarettes no matter how hard you wanna, say they can't. That's you can't enforce that rule and expect it to be taken seriously. The real issue is, why do kids want to smoke cigarettes? They want to fit in. Why do they want to fit in? Because they don't feel like they fit in already. Why is that? Because they're probably not talking to a counselor like they should be regularly. And, being taught A, how to feel their emotions properly, B, how to deal with anger, uh, what am I on B? C,
Yeah.
um, you know, make sure they're okay at home, make sure they're in a stable house environment, and all the way to Z, basically, we need to dump money into education and child care services. I 100% support. Like, I think that's the ultimate fix to everything. Like, kids just, I don't know. I feel like I don't know if anybody can relate to this, but when you grow up in kind of like an unstable environment and then you see what stability looks like and you realize that's not what you have, it's a weird feeling. You're like, oh, that's not normal. Like, that's not like I shouldn't be putting up with that, or that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
And that's literally where smoking, gun violence, and all, that's all where it starts, dude. Right there. Mental health. Like I said, this country would do anything but solve the real problem, which is clearly a mental health issue.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, dude, I feel like we were the last of the Mohicans for like the somewhat like all American lifestyle, right?
I know it was still kind of taboo to admit you were like depressed or something when I was a kid.
Yeah, or therapy was not taken seriously. You just thought it was something that crazy people went to, like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there was reasons that I didn't go to therapy much sooner in my life, and I think it was just because of the societal perception.
And literally, to anybody who's never gone, I'll basically tell you what therapy is in that show. The therapist doesn't do any really a lot of talking at all. They don't. I mean, they might ask a few questions, but they're not really trying to dig too deep. You will naturally. It's like if you put a microphone in somebody's face and you let them talk and you don't say anything or respond and you just keep holding it there, they will give you their life story.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So it's just good to have somebody to bounce off the things going on in your head. Make sure those thoughts you're carrying aren't negative, and if you are having negative thoughts, take them extremely seriously. I mean, it's normal to have negative thoughts, but if it's excessive and you're stressed out all the time, you need to talk to somebody. Boy, look at us, dude. We're doing good. We're just doing the Lord's work, aren't we, Brandon? We're just out here doing the Lord's work.
I want to point out to anybody who might need it, don't be afraid of medication. It has made a huge difference for me personally, and I wish I had been taking it a lot longer than I have.
110% stand by that. I was suffering for years because I refused to take medication. I thought it was something that had permanent, long-term side effects. It was I was gonna be a crazy person for taking it. I'm not gonna be able to afford it. Or, I'm sure you can relate to this, Brandon. A lot of people take it, and then it takes like a month or maybe 2 weeks to feel actual good, and they'll be like, oh, well, I'm feeling better. I don't need it, and they'll stop taking it. It is 100% the meds that are making you feel better. You've got to keep taking them. I
Yeah,
know it sucks. It sucks to admit that you need some kind of help, but guess what? That's what science is for. That's why people study these things. That's why there's a bunch of money into it. You don't need to suffer for no reason. And from a first-hand experience, there's no significant change or health problems I'm having with any medications I'm taking. I would say the benefits way outweigh the negatives
yeah.
by
I
like a long shot.
I honestly haven't noticed any negatives at all, really.
Yeah, well, some of them, depending like what you're taking. Like if you're taking antidepressants, probably nothing. But if you drink on antidepressants, would be your fault, you can make you more depressed. If you just stop taking them immediately, you can get more depressed.
Yeah,
But for me, I was on an antipsychotic, and that's not because I'm psychotic. It's because I murdered. No, I'm just kidding. It's because I was having severe mood swings. Because I do have something going on in my brain that's not 100%, and I'm not ashamed to admit that because it's not my fault. It's completely out of my control. And the alternative to not taking those meds would make me a fucking nightmare to be around by anybody who really cared about me. And trust me from
Yeah.
personal experience, I'll just go over a quick list. Like we'll have a little mental health awareness. If you fight with the majority of people in your closest interpersonal relationships every day, have a tendency to push people away from you, don't thoroughly or genuinely enjoy your everyday life, would prefer to sleep than do anything, and find it hard to even shower, or any of those things are even remotely there, or just find yourself thinking about things obsessively all day when you should just be living your life, you need to go to therapy. And you absolutely need to be considering the option of taking medicine, because you'll feel a whole lot better, and we all want you back here happy.
Yeah. Well said. Well put.
Damn.
I'm also taking antipsychotics and I'm taking antidepressants as well.
Yeah, and you hear any negative connotations, you know what? Listen and take it with a grain of salt. Who fucking cares? I'd much rather be happy than somebody saying, "Oh, they find so much antidepressants inside the water because people use them and blah blah blah." Dude, it's a stressful world. Okay, we're all stressed out. It's okay. It's okay, people. It's definitely a stressful world. We are not in the easiest of times. I'm not gonna say they're bad times, but they're not easy. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to talk about today, guys. I actually have a pretty busy day ahead of me.
Oh, okay.
Um, I always love getting on here with you and talking, Brandon. It's fucking awesome to catch up.
Yeah.
And everybody listening, if we personally know you, you know we love you. Um, you know, give us a little shout out, message us, maybe we'll shout you out.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
Just to reiterate before we go, the album pick that Cody recommended is "Hi, This Is Flume" mixtape by Flume, and we will be listening to that before the next podcast.
right on, right on.
All right. So that's it.
All right, toodaloo. Later, everybody.
Bye bye, folks.